guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. Today's video is a review of the Drunk Elephant, the Trunk 8.0. So this is the latest version of the Drunk Elephant Trunk, and in it I'm also going to review the 10 full-size products that are in here, as well as give you my thoughts on all of the other little extras that we get as well. So I bought this one myself. It was originally £575, which would make each of the 10 full-size products worth an average of £57.50, or costing that, I should say. But I actually got it when it was on sale. I posted about it on Instagram. They had a really good deal. There's actually a lot of really good deals on this, and I have thoughts on why that might be as well, but we'll come to that later. So I paid £344.96, making the cost of each of the 10 items £34.49. Now obviously they range in cost, some are worth more than others, etc. But like I said, there are 10 full sizes plus a bunch of extras. And let's not forget the suitcase as well. So it comes in a suitcase which has been designed by Drunk Elephant. It's a cabin sized case, and I've got a little video of the suitcase to show you here. It is made out of like a kind of lightweight plastic, and there are some like metal details on it, but I'm not kind of sure how long this is going to hold up. It does have these little kind of combination locks on, and it opens like this. But I think you do have to line these up perfectly or else it will not kind of close. There are instructions for that in the little leaflet thing on top. These are the little wheels, just like spinner wheels. Again, plastic with some kind of rubber on the outside. And this is the inside. I do like the kind of organisation pockets in this. It's got like a little mesh pocket here. It's then got a slightly bigger one there. And over on this side you've got like a big one. And then you kind of do this to lift them off. It's a bit harder to do one-handed. And they kind of open up, and you've got this big old space to put your things in. And then they just kind of clip back in place. And then over here, same again. And then here we've got the box, which has got all our Drunk Elephant goodies in, which we're going to unbox together in a second. This has obviously got the wheels on this side, so there's slightly less space. But it's pretty wide open. So there's our little travelling suitcase. A few of my thoughts. I don't think it seems like the best quality ever, especially compared to a suitcase we got in a previous trunk. But check out the video I've made and have a look at what that suitcase looks like if you are interested in that aspect of it. So, worth value, I think the suitcase isn't worth what previous trunks have been. I've unboxed a few over the years. So I had the 2023, which was a trunk 7.0, and that had a Baboon to the Moon backpack, which is fantastic, excellent quality. I've used it many times, really, really good. I also had the 4.0, I bought that in 2020. That one was in a Monos suitcase. Now, comparing the Monos to this, the quality is just so much better with Monos. Monos is a suitcase brand anyway, and I've had that case for years, still use it all the time, and it still looks almost as good as new. I'm not convinced this is going to hold up quite as long, if I'm honest. I also had the Trunk 3.0. I bought that in 2019, and that came in a skincare fridge. It worked for about 6 months until it stopped working. So that was, again, a Drunk Elephant designed product. So if it holds up, this suitcase like that, I'm not convinced. I mean, it looks very nice, but it's not as well made, like material wise, as you would wish it to be. When you get it in your hands, it just doesn't feel like the same quality, if I'm honest. And I say this as a massive Drunk Elephant fan. But anyway, like I said, I was buying it really for the products. The suitcase was a bonus. So let's speak about the product. What do we get in here? I'll try and do it in some kind of order of how I actually use these products, because I do use them quite a lot. I also have reviewed some of the products before, and I'll let you know as we go through if I've reviewed this product before. So the first one is the Bessie No. 9 Jelly Cleanser. So this is one of their cleansers. They do quite a few. And this one is a clear kind of gel texture. You can mix it with water and apply it to a dry face or a wet face. I like to dampen my face, mix a little pump of this in my hands with some water and just massage it all over my face, and then I will remove it with water, and it's clean without stripping the skin. It does remove makeup, it removes SPF, you can double cleanse with it, use it however you want, or just use it to refresh the skin. One of these, and this is the 150ml or 5 fluid ounce size, will last me around about 6 months. So I get quite a lot out of it because I don't need a lot of it. Now, they have just released a brand new cleanser. I think it's called the Mellow Cleanser or something. It's not out in the UK yet, but I'm off to the US in a couple of weeks and I've ordered one because my sister lives over there. So I will be reviewing that really soon because I'm excited. It looks really good. Anyway, I digress. What would I use next in the routine? We've got the B Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. This is a lovely hydrating serum. It's the 50ml or 1.69 fluid ounce size. Super moisturising, not sticky. And this would last me maybe like 2 months. It's got pineapple ceramides and provitamin B5 in there as well. If you know Drunk Elephant, they are quite well known for their skincare smoothies, mixing things together. And this next product I would mix and do mix with the B Hydra Serum. The next is the C Firma Fresh Day Serum. So this, and I did just do a really recent review on this product and also the other vitamin C they've recently released. C Firma Fresh, you mix this up yourself. You get a little container like this, which has got a powder in it. And then you also get a little bottle like this, which has a liquid in. You pour the liquid, basically you take this lid off, pour the liquid into the powder, mix it up, and you end up with, once the lid's on, a product, which is your vitamin C. And the reason why they started doing it this way is because when I first started using Drunk Elephant, which was probably about 2018, 2019, something like that, again, picked up in the US, sometimes the vitamin C would oxidise before it would get to you. Because if you imagine you're buying a product and it's been, you know, in a shop for a couple of months or on a warehouse shelf or whatever, sometimes the products start to degrade, and that's the issue, particularly with vitamin C. So this way, because you're mixing this yourself, you know that when you know when it's been prepared, basically, because you've prepared it yourself and it's at its freshest and therefore at its most kind of potent. So it is a positive change, albeit you now only get 28ml or 0.94 fluid ounce, whereas before they reformulated it, it was 30ml or a fluid ounce. You do get a teensy bit less of the product. Another thing I like to mix with B Hydra is the Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil. And you can buy this in a couple of sizes. The size I have got here is the 30ml or fluid ounce, which is the bigger of the two sizes. This is just a lovely gentle oil. Again, I'd get about 6 months out of this. Now, it's an oil, but it's just a lovely gentle oil. I can use this when my skin is at its most sensitive, and it just adds moisture, adds a little bit of luminosity without being like super greasy. Obviously, if you put too much on it, it'd be greasy, but it doesn't cause breakouts, anything like that. It's just like a super gentle, decent facial oil. So that's lovely to mix with the B Hydra. These two are my like secret weapon on a long haul flight. I mix these together, put them on my face, top it off with one of the heavier moisturisers. We'll talk about moisturisers in a little bit. And it just protects your skin when you are in that kind of dryness sapping environment. Also great for when it's like super cold outside and snowy and icy and your skin's taking a battering from the cold wind. Awesome. Okay, so carrying on, we also get a full-size moisturiser. It is the Proteinic Polypeptide Cream, 50ml, 1.69 fluid ounce. This is the lightest of the moisturisers they do. I did do a video on the moisturisers. We've got the Proteinic Polypeptide Cream. We have got the Bora Barrier Cream, which is my personal favourite, and La La Retro, which I also use an awful lot as well. And we get a full size of TLC Framboos. This is a glycolic night serum. This is just an excellent overnight resurfacing treatment. If you've not used it before, again, you're going to want to try this out and sort of patch test because it's quite potent. The positive side of that is if it works for you, it works really well. You can also mix it with the Virgin Marula oil to kind of buffer it a little bit, or I would use this on its own and then kind of follow it up with a little bit of the oil just to add the moisture back in, because it is, like I said, doing that kind of resurfacing, but it helps to then put a little bit of moisture back in as well afterwards. There's also a mask treatment in here. This is the super famous one. Again, I made a separate video on this. It's the TLC Sukari Baby Facial. Now this is potent, far more than this is, and you definitely would not use these together even if you're used to them. But this one is a resurfacing mask that you can apply for your skin for up to 20 minutes. Again, if you're new to it, you're going to want to patch test. This you can mix with some of the moisturiser so that it isn't quite as potent while you get your skin used to it, or you can leave it on for like less than 20 minutes. And then they recommend once you've washed off the mask, you follow up with this, and they work beautifully together. We also get a full-size eye cream. The one we get in here, and this is a UK edition of the trunk, is the A Shaba Complex Eye Serum. So this is a retinol eye cream. It has got 0.1% retinol, 3% caffeine and copper peptides, and it's the full-size 15ml or half a fluid ounce. I used this when it first came out, and I've got to say, I haven't used it for a while because I do find, as much as it really helps with fine lines, I find it ever so slightly drying, and my eyes tend to dry anyway, so I need a little bit more moisture. So I prefer the, oh my gosh, what's it called? The purple coloured one. Again, I've spoken about it so many times. It's literally on my dresser and I use it every day, and I can't remember what it's called. Hold on. I was talking about the Ceramite AF Eye Balm. This is not in the trunk, but this is my favourite, like, super moisturising eye cream. So, sorry, 8 products down, 2 more to go, and then I've got a whole bunch of samples to share with you as well, which I also really like that kind of thing that they do with these. So the next one we get is the d-bronzi Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops, 30ml or a fluid ounce. I think most people will have seen these before, but I'm going to show you them just in case you haven't. This is basically like a bronzing kind of treatment. It's so much more because it's not a makeup product, it is a skincare product. It has got cocoa extracts and platinum peptides, so it's going to do a little bit of environmental kind of protection for the skin. And it is this kind of brown colour. And when you just kind of put it on the back of your hands, it doesn't look like a lot, or it looks like a really kind of fine bronzer. But what I do with this is I mix it in with my moisturiser in the summer when I want to add a little bit of colour to my face and just like look like you've come back off holiday. It's that kind of natural look. And the reason I do that is because I don't tan much anyway, but I am always having SPF and stuff on to protect my skin. So this is just a way to kind of cheat that holiday glow. The other products we get, again, full size, is the B Goldie Bright Drops, 5% niacinamide, and it's also got diglycol gallic acid, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, 30%, 30ml or a fluid ounce. This one I don't tend to use as much as d-bronzi. It's kind of an illuminator type product, but again, it's quite sheer and it's meant for the no makeup days, or just to kind of prep your skin for makeup, or just have an all over kind of glowy look. So you can totally mix it for that. I like the fact that it's got the niacinamide in, because I find niacinamide is a really helpful ingredient if you're trying to reduce breakouts and things like that, so it does a great job of that. And they are our 10 products. Quick recap before we dive into the samples and things which we get in here. So starting it off with Bestie No. 9 Jelly Cleanser. Then we are into our hydrator, Be Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. Next up we have got the C Firma Fresh Day Serum. We have got the Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil. We have got the TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. We have got our moisturiser, Proteini Polypeptide Cream. We've got the TLC Sukari Baby Facial, the eye cream, A Shaba Complex Eye Serum. We have got the d-bronzi Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops and the B Goldie Bright Drops as well. So on to the samples. We get a 13 gram or 0.46 ounce of the Slay Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser. This is just the most gentle butter cleanser ever, or balm cleanser I would call it. So it doesn't really have, well, it has no fragrance added because it's Drunk Elephant. They don't add fragrance to their products. So it does have just like, I don't know, not much of it, doesn't really smell or anything. So you put this on your face while your face is dry, and then you can add some water and take it off with a cloth. And again, it does a great job of taking makeup off. If I was using the two cleansers together, I would start with the Slay cleanser first to kind of take off all the makeup, and then I would use this to do the sort of second cleanse. We also get, and this is just my absolute favourite Drunk Elephant product, the Bora Barrier Repair Cream. Again, I did a video on this in a tiny size, but I'm glad I now have one for travel. It's the 5ml or 0.16 fluid ounce size, because I don't think they do like a travel size version of this. So I'm just glad to get my hands on a mini. I actually bought a set to get like a smaller version of it for travel. I needn't to bother, it's in here. Oh, so sachet wise, we get some sachet samples as well. We get the Ceramite AF Eye Balm, which is the eye cream I was telling you I adore. This is a 1.5ml or 0.5 fluid ounce. They're all the same size, these sachets. A sachet of Virgin Marula Facial Oil, which is kind of weird because we get a full size in here. A sachet of the Lala Retro Whipped Cream, which does make sense because we don't get that moisturiser. And Bouncy Bright Facial, which I also love. This is a lovely brightening mask. It's just beautiful. So that is the Trunk 8.0. Like I said, I'm only buying it because it's on sale and I use an awful lot of the products. I don't think it's as good as previous editions they've done. It just doesn't seem to be. I mean, if I were choosing the products for this, I would lean a lot more to a lot of the newer products, which some of them are in here. But yeah, it's not necessarily the products I would choose, and that is the challenge when you get a set like this. You're kind of saving a little bit of money versus the cost of each product individually, but especially if you get it on sale. But then obviously the trade-off is you aren't getting to choose the product, so do bear that in mind. But if you absolutely love Drunk Elephant, then it's probably something you might want to consider, especially if you can pick it up on sale. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed watching my video. I'll link everything below with UK and US links if you want to check them out in any more detail. Some of those links are affiliated, which means if you make a purchase using one of my links, it doesn't cost you any extra, but I may get a small commission for referring you, which helps me to keep making this video, and I really appreciate all of your support. So I'd love it if you give the video a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing, and I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified when my next video goes live. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.